I mean, wow. I've been doing a lot of research and digging into this, and it is exactly what you think it is.
According to an arrest warrant affidavit, a student let Haynes inside the school.
Attorney, you understand? Thank you. When they send them little snitches in there to talk to you, don't talk to nobody.
Ground. They have an interaction with the person in this black hoodie who may be the gunman. The person in the hoodie runs off.
So we're gonna go a little backwards, and we're gonna go down a little story today as to why I think this happened, and why it happened a year ago at the same exact school and why that wasn't reported on. So to get an overview and to kind of look at things as to why certain things happen, like violence, you kind of have to look at the area in which violence happens, right? Now, no one is ever shocked when they hear violence happening in places like New York and Chicago. It's barely even reported on because it's a daily occurrence, and hourly, by the minute it happens. Now, if it were to happen in, say, South Burlington, Vermont, then it would be shocking because that's the safest place in the United States. So what we first have to go over is Wilmer-Hutchins High School, where this happened, right? Now, Wilmer-Hutchins High School is located in Dallas, Texas. It's southeastern Dallas. And the overview of it is it's one of the worst schools in the United States, high school wise. It is ranked 13,242 out of 17,655 in overall score of less than 25. That's pretty dang terrible. Now, the ranking, it ranks 13,242, 17,600 in national ranking, 12,058 out of 15,000 or 1,555 Texas high schools. It is number 253 out of 318 in Dallas, number 29 in Dallas Independent School District high schools out of 37. And here's some numbers here for you. Math proficiency is at 9%. Reading proficiency, 27%. Science proficiency, 22%. And the graduation rate here makes 0 sense. If they are less than 30% in everything, how is the graduation rate 75%? That makes 0 sense to me. All right, now we're going to go over the student diversity levels. So the student diversity is 99% minority enrollment. So they are 48.7% black, 48.5% Hispanic, 1% white, 0.9% Asian, and the rest, mixed or American Indian. 51% male, 49% female. Total economic disadvantage percent, 73%. Free lunch program, 72%. Reduced lunch program, 1%. Full-time equivalent teachers, 66%. So now just a quick little thing on Dallas-Fort Worth police area, police presence. Police response times in Dallas are shedding light on the impact of crime reporting protocol implemented last year meant to better allocate public safety resources amid Dallas Police Department staffing situation. A move some have likened to defunding the police. So what this is saying basically is that call the police if you're being violently attacked. If not, we don't have the resources to to send an officer to you. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Mr. Wright, why are you giving me this information? Well, because it's important information to know why certain things happen. You can take A and B, connect them, and have your own thought process and opinion on why certain things happen. I'm simply just telling you why I think this happened. And long story short, gang violence, period. With the crime statistics in the area, the high school, the minority level, and from the father in the beginning of what I showed you
Send them little snitches in there to talk to you. Don't talk to nobody.
Already, at least I assume that's his father. It could be his uncle or whatever. But he told him immediately, don't talk to anybody, no snitching, only talk to a lawyer. Now, no snitching is a phrase that goes, it comes from jail, right? So, no snitching is what he told this young man. Now, this young man didn't turn himself in because he felt like that was the right thing to do. He didn't have integrity. This young man had no integrity. He turned himself in because he was afraid for his life. From Fox 4, The Brief, the 17-year-old accused of opening fire inside Wilmer-Hutchins High School told the president of the nonprofit that he wanted to turn himself in because he was scared of getting hurt. Anton Lucky, with Urban Specialist, was already trying to get in contact with the victims of the Wilmer-Hutchins High School when, unexpectedly, they received a call from the suspect's aunt. After the two talked, Lucky says Haynes was willing to turn himself in. Now, that's why, after reading everything, in my opinion, this is gang related. Now, a lot of news articles are saying that he went and fired indiscriminately, but that's not true at all. If you watch the video, you can see he entered the premises, he patrolled the hallway, he found his target, went towards the target, opened fire, and then he had one specific person that he wanted to terminate. Now, it looks as if the weapon did not go off properly, so he cheesed it. He got out of there.
You can see students running, except one who is on the ground. They have an interaction with the person in this black hoodie who may be the gunman. The person in the hoodie runs off.
That mother knowing what her...
Now, as you see in the video there, that the weapon does not discharge. I believe this because there's no recoil and there's no muzzle flare from what I could see in the shoddy imagery that we have here. But yeah, and I guarantee if they find the weapon, which they're probably not going to, it was probably a 3D printed weapon, which is why it misfired, because the components are too intricate and no one can print everything perfectly to specifications for a 3D printed weapon. Now, why they're not going to report any more on this is because it does not fit their narrative. And when I say they, I'm referring to the mainstream media, CNN, MSNBC, who report, that white people are evil and they're hunting down black people in droves. But, as we can see here, this was clearly black on black crime. Now, CNN did report on this, but I don't think we're going to see much more from CNN on their reports. They're definitely not going to have it on their live broadcast because, like I said previously, it does not fit their narrative. And the suspect was not a white guy with a long gun, right? Now, what I found interesting about CNN's reporting compared to the local channels, the local journals, and Fox News was CNN failed to give the suspect's name and his mugshot. I found that to be interesting, but like I said, according to CNN, white people are evil. Now, are these things important to talk about? Absolutely they are. Are they going to talk about it is another thing. No, they're not, because this is not a white male. Now, if it was, all you'd hear about in the mainstream media is how terrible of a person he was, how far removed from reality he was, and how terrible his parents were, and how his parents needed to be held accountable for his acts of violence. Why is it not going to be talked about? Because this is just another form of systemic racism, right? I mean, this is all of the isms. If you think about it, this is not only just systemic racism, this is institutionalized racism, individual, internalized, structural. This young man only did this because of racism, and everyone should look at him like he is the victim. I'm just waiting for a give, send, go to be uploaded for his defense. That is what I have on this story. What do you guys think? Do you think this was gang violence? Do you think it was a random act of violence? Or do you think it was racism? Because that's probably what it really was. It was probably just racism. And how can this be prevented in a school that already has metal detectors and clear backpacks? I'd like to know what you guys think. But until next time, I hope you guys have a happy Friday. You guys get out there, do some PT, and, Get out there and enjoy the sunshine. All right. Love you. Bye.